Hello, welcome back. It's been a while, but I am back. Don't know for how long. I got an echo again. How do I always forget? Silly. Because I can't really blame myself this time. It has been a while. I have been busy elsewhere. I haven't played too much. Set up this. This is stabulary golems. The reason why I was doing all that witchery. It's actually full. Interesting. Would be nice for it to not be constantly running. But either way, before I get ahead of myself, complete my startup. Hopefully, the plan for today is to automate nether stars, which I have more or less all of it, though I am missing magma cream and by extension slime balls, which are annoying to get. So it's gonna be most of the runs, and then like setting up the balancing to not use all of the null catalysts, because you need null catalysts to make more null catalysts, unless you use this recipe. But I'd rather not use that recipe. Because it's... well, like, it uses nether stars to make more nether stars, so it still would work. But when I have the ability to use a nether star dust to make more nether stars instead, why wouldn't I do that? Especially when the nether star dust is more efficient. And I'm making the nether star dust directly, so it shouldn't even interfere with my nether stars at all, but it will require me to balance that. Before I get started on that, let me see if there's anything I can do here. Is there like some kind of like item detector cover? There's a lot of covers. Sort of like you like last time I went to covers to solve a niche thing. There was no recipe for it. It was like fluid limiter. Just didn't have a recipe. So it does seem like I'm lucky this time. In theory, this should work. I don't know why I just have steel springs laying around. I have quite a few actually. This is bending 1. This is S0. Should probably organize this sometime. It's kind of all over the place. Can you shove it where it fits? Then again, it's not like it really has to be organized. It's really just all personal preference. Do you have any pressure plate somewhere here? I do. Something like that. We could just set up a pad for this one as well. Really have a reason to why I'm not. Suppose I'm just confident I won't need these too often. Even then I don't have a reason for that either. I'm just kind of hoping my entire factory won't go up in flames when all of the multi-block parameters change in the 2.9 update. I have been, I guess I have some of those from quest rewards. I've been told that my current multis should still work, but like they should still be invalid structure. So if they have to like replace an energy hatch on it or something, which would momentarily invalidate the structure, then it wouldn't revalidate. So I'd still have to, like before my entire factory goes up in flames, so I still have to rebuild like my entire everything. And them taking up more space would also mean they would need to dedicate more space for it, so I would need to make another expansion for sure before it gets to my potential godsend, being a copy-paste tool for building. Anyways, let's see what I can do with this thing. Didn't really set this up to give myself the best time for running a redstone signal through this, but I can make it work. First of all, let me just disable you normally. And I will need a machine control cover. Enable a redstone, because that's just easier to manage. Just gotta wait for the recipe to finish. It's gonna get voided anyways. Guess it doesn't really matter. Like there's no space for any of this. Well, I hadn't considered that I would just not cancel the recipe for like somehow. Alright. That's not usually how it works. If I break the controller itself, it will cancel. But if the machines that are set are not canceling the recipe, I'd rather not push it. What do we got here? Okay. So aim for like half full, I guess, which would be 1024. Normal. Detect all slots. Oh, wait, what? Is that max? Yeah, that's a max of the 7 slots. Do that normal. Which means that in theory it should be giving out a signal now. And it is. I suppose if it doesn't care about the structure being invalidated, I didn't have to care about turning it off to begin with. So this feels more right. No. Okay, to pick that up. Take you. Take you. Then disable with redstone instead. Actually, I guess I just invert here and enable with redstone. That should work. Let me just do my little test. So since it's based off of 7 stacks, if I do this, it should turn the cable on. It does say power 9, but odd that it's not giving full. It's a bit odd. It's more gradual. I don't want it to be because it won't be at max efficiency then. Let me just like disable so I can manage this. Looking to be a bit more complicated. I prefer just having a yes or no instead of a gradual curve. If I set you to like 640, maybe I can move the threshold down. So now it gives out a signal on 10 stacks. Still, I would like more space. Let me just do like 128. I don't want a buffer in here, I just want it to only run when there's space for the maximum craft. So it essentially needs to be empty. There's no power loss on these. There comes the next shipment. Hopefully that won't be a problem. Then again, it shouldn't. It should only matter if I'm actually using like redstone conduits. Okay, so then the redstone off that it runs. Yeah, that should work. Just makes so much. Maybe worth the time it takes to set up. guess I'll just throw this away. Main reason why I don't want it to run is because it'll just rack up maintenance issues. Because that is the main issue I have with the fella in here running 24/7. Well, not running right now. I think it's because I invalidated the structure and forgot to turn it back on. Increases I increased the XP output, so that's why it was invalidated. So I would like to not just be sitting and waiting, if I can help it. Okay, so I did already think through the options of how to get slime balls, and tried some things that did not work. It's like there's also Botania options, but they're not even good enough to go for me to consider. And other than that, there is the B route, which is something I want to do anyways eventually, so it could be worth it, but it's also such a pain that I don't want to do it just for this. Then there is the Trigo Simulator route, which I think I should be able to make. Actually, this is too expensive to even consider. Good thing it's not the thing I actually decided on. And then there's the EC route. It's a lot of options for both slime balls and magma cream. I'm thinking that I'll get magma cream directly to save on the blaze powder, and also processing step naturally. And naturally, the goat of magma cream is the magma cube, so let's go get one of those. Oh. Bit confused about why it works like that you can just like go straight back through the portal without any without any wind up or cooldown or delay, whatever you'd call it, on the portal. It's a bit annoying too when stuff like that happens, where you just like spawn right next to the portal, move like a micrometer and get sent back. Guess I just fly around until I find a magma cream. Don't really remember what biomes they typically spawn in. Do you remember seeing one over this way though? So I guess I'll start from there. Can't get through that way. It's like on the other side of this mountain area. Maybe it might actually have been through this side. I think it was around right here. Boneyard biome. It kinda makes me think that it probably doesn't really matter with the biome. Because there's also nether fortresses. I think it might be in the specific mob spawning pool. This is a weird generation. Or actually it might just be someone who mined it out. It's quite possible. Well, it's more possible. Especially since I've pretty sure I've been here before and it was not like this. This is definitely not natural generation. I don't think I'm finding too many mobs here. Turn off my magnet. just get annoying. Am I wasting heat? Wait. Well, I suppose I could actually see a list of the biomes. Oh wait, they're always infernal. That's kind of a problem actually. I do actually care about that. So rare drop on both of those. Not even that common of a drop there. Guessing you won't be allowed to be found in the EEC anyways. So like I'm going through the effort of spawning you, you freak. Witchery stuff. Let me first see if there even is anything like better on the other side. Slimes are not guaranteed, and they do drop a good amount of slime balls. So many slime variants. And I do know a way to get slimes quite easily. Question is the pain of having to deal with a always infernal mob in the EEC with the little bit of blaze powder saved? Well, let me see if I can just do the math. So just pondering. You have technology, we don't need Ooga Booga caveman brain, just make a generalization. First of all, let me see how my blaze powder and blaze rods is doing. Blaze powder is pretty slow, but the blaze powder is quite a lot faster. This is a passive process too. I just make a smaller buffer for it. Like I need very many nether stars all at once. So like it's gonna have a 262,000 buffer on it. It's about 1 per nether star, no 1 per 2 nether stars. But then it says blaze powder from 2 locations, it's about 1 per nether star. It should be fine. For like filling the initial buffer I'm kind of aiming for, which is 4096. So I guess slimes will do. This probably isn't the fastest way to get down here anymore, but actually, is it even I got covered still? Yeah, it is. Well, I did optimize the staircase, so it's not that bad. This should be a slime eligible spawn. Yeah, it might have been faster to just go through the wall though. Those Doesn't the thing in the top left tell me if it's in a slime chunk? Maybe I'm just thinking of the ore chunk warning. About the sky slime fellas. Probably drop the blue slime, but it's worth a check anyways. It's not like I can convert them either, so probably not work. Where are the damn slimes? Not a single normal slime, even though this cave is typically crowded every single time I come here. And there's not a single magma slime in the nether either, like, it's crazy. Still think my best bet for finding a slime is just sticking around here though. Make it easier if I blocked the spawns for the regular zombies. Slime shouldn't care about light level anyways. Too good for that. This entire place should be mob proofed anyways. So I have been trying to make efforts to mob proof my base. To not just be hearing even more voices from the walls than I already am due to warp. Especially when you're playing a pack where mobs can like get angry, attack and explode with no player intervention. I'd rather not have them blow a hole in my wall. It's maybe a fantasy world, but breaking and entering is still illegal. This is me doing it, in that case it's a-okay. You wanna, I just get a bit silly sometimes. Damn. I do recognize your name too. It really has been a while. Did we like play Roblox at some point? Kind of forget what the relation even was. Tom. See if I can despawn the enemies. I have a suspicion that maybe it's a mob cap. I guess maybe it could also be the rain. See, should be able to force the rain to stop with this. Might also play Terraria. It's also a possibility. And actually, I doubt we only played one thing. Okay, let's see. Always the thing with slimes, like, I have a long history of slimes just not cooperating. I've had a few times where I've tried to make a vanilla slime farm too. I've been like quite sure it was a slime chunk. I saw slimes spawning in the chunk, and then I went through the entire process of building a farm, and no slime spawned from there. So it's kind of reminding me of that. This is a highland. It shouldn't be here. Actually, I think it was this thing that could detect slime chunks. Maybe. There's not the UI for it. I also vaguely remember it being only in that corner. Yeah, it's always something. Let's use the normal, like, locating techniques. I would need Hinkle to tell me the seed. That's also a bit of a no-go for now. Yes, I could make use of being on a server. Right, I'm going back to PM's basement. Never thought I'd return there. It's been about 2 years since I escaped. My food bowl is still there. It's crazy, man. My ship professor is just annihilating every every slime in existence. Weird. But still, should just be chance. Just a matter of time. Am I bugging? Did I just type a message? Did it not go through? Oh, I am bugging. They meant to silence me. Hmm. Did Galv also disconnect? He did. Oh, there's a roguelike dungeon right here. Sure isn't helping. Guess I'll go back to my own cave. This place isn't bearing fruit. Can't wait for the second I leave, it's gonna spawn slimes again. By the looks of it, he had a slime up until just before I came though. Easy. BC. I remember there's mostly like this corner over here that had slime issues. It's just none. I guess I could check a swamp as well. It's another place slimes could spawn. Do I have a swamp somewhere? Best way would be to use a biome compass. Can I just get like a normal swamp? Probably swampland. None found in 10,000 blocks. Alright, let me try a different variant, I guess. Lush swamp. 600. It's much more manageable. These do need it to be a night, so let me manage that. Let me hope this counts as a swamp. Looks like there's several different kinds of swamps. Let me go to... went past it and my game's lagging. Here, this is the lush swamp. See if I can find a fella. Those limbs. There's also full moon. I wonder if that could affect it. There's the possibility that slimes just flat out don't spawn on full moons, and I don't know, my searching doing the full moon day and night. Guess I could try, see if I could skip some time. Do you think if I just spam the blood magic ritual, that'll skip a day for every click? Let me try to advance the moon phase. Doesn't actually seem like it advances the day in that sense. But surely alternating skipping to night and sleeping should. Now it's no longer that. Let me just do a few more though. Don't take off the backpack, that's not helping. Wait, let's try this. Should have just gone the other way. To the wrong corridor. This place isn't looking particularly spicy. Check the swamp. Man, I just knew that getting these slime balls was gonna be annoying as hell. Still, somehow, in classic GTNH fashion, it's always worse than you expect. Or rather, more time consuming than you expect. Just kind of hoping they have a map icon. Would make this a lot easier. Is this a jumping creeper? It is one of the raids on these, because they also drop slime balls. %. I could get away with not caring about that and just going with it anyways. But I'd rather, like, I'll take him. It's a like an emergency fallback if slimes have just decided to not exist. Still, I'd prefer to have an actual slime. A normal slime too, not one of the goofy variants. I guess if that's the same rate, I don't really care. But they don't. Oh. Some of them do. But they also have a lot more trash drops that I would have to deal with. Which isn't really more annoying than just putting a void upgrade on, but like, I do want to build for the convenience. I suppose Maze Slime would be the easiest. Just to raid on that fella. Yeah, that should work. We'll have to deal with the charms of keeping, but it's not like it's a like, as long as it stacks in a drawer, I don't really care. It will be pretty useful too. I can combine them into the tier 3, which should have a guarantee of letting you keep your inventory when you die. If I can just keep that status, then all should be well. Alright, let's hope that these are also not gone for no discernible reason. Get which one? I think it's the one surrounding the Hydra, that's the maze. It has also been a while since I've been in the Twilight Forest. So hope I can find the one that I already opened. Maybe I'm misremembering that they need to be opened. It's also a possibility. Does look like may have been here though. Let's get out of the way, man. Alright. That should work. Thanks for the advice. Saved me a good bit of time. Recharge able. There's my portal left marked here. Like it would be though. I think I usually mark other people's portal with like a name prefix. Get rid of this scuba. So I should really only have to worry about 2 of the shards, and 2 of the shards are hard on the Charm of Keeping. Should be a-okay. Did I fly over my portal? No, it's over there. Alright. I will need a spawner. I should still have some left. Wait, look into collecting some more of these sometime. So then need to infuse this with the maze slime. Like that, then I need a powered spawner. I think I made recipes for most of it last time. Not everything though. So I gotta make my rounds. Let me just do this on my big screen. I can see everything instead of having to like look around like a peasant. Like a silly goober. Never be a silly goober. That is a lie. It'd be nice if we could just make a pattern for this in its entirety, but I think the ender crystals would cause a problem with that. Even like I don't even know if this is automatable. Like I think like the levels, well maybe there's an option to like pump in levels through the fluid, but getting soul vials with endermen doesn't really seem automatable. Probably can, but it would be very difficult, I'd imagine. I am not doing that. No way. Besides, I'm not smart enough to do that. I imagine it'd be something like using some kind of world interaction that can hold an item. I think that Stormcast has a solution for that, and slap that onto an ender farm, onto a mob farm. Probably one on the end to have mostly endermen. And then you would filter the soul vials by NPT data and hopefully recycle the ones not containing endermen. It's just a pain to do and doing all that. Please say I have some C logics. I do. You still have to go find a basic zombie. Also just dump this guy somewhere. Despawn yourself now. And I'll need it to be night. And it is important that I get a normal zombie, not one of the variants, because it does not work with the variants. Though it can be wearing armor and have like NBT data, but it can't straight up be a different variant. You can tell whether it's a different variant by if it says something other than just zombie when you hover over the soul vial. They got the seed logic out. This one at infusion recipes will still be going. I will be right back to go to the bathroom. back. Okay, it still needs to cook for a bit longer. You need to go in assembler 0. Do you have like machine casing somewhere? Probably not. Well, is a good fit in that category with the machine holes. This will expand you. Yeah, it's a bend of thing. Just always instinctively go to the assembler. So I think like I saw like 30% of my my recipes. No, 30% of my interfaces are on the assembler, and about, well, probably, well, yeah, a good bit less than that. But it feels like a lot of my recipes are related to the assembler. Even though in reality, I don't think it's that many at all. Oh, I'm gonna do it again. If you look at that. Oh well. Gelf never relogged after disconnecting. Just wondering where he went. Do you think I could speed it up pretty substantially if I added more power? Well, if I just actually had every turbine running, that would sure help as well. Guess I'll start there. Should be able to just put in nitrobenzene this time. Should help a lot more. I think nitrobenzene is like over 3 times as energy rich. No wonder it is going so slow. It's running on fumes. Should be able to request everything else. Then let's get an EC planned out. I don't think I make it often enough to warrant making a pattern for it. Then just request it directly, I think. The input bus, I don't actually remember what it's even for. I'll just put a LP one on the output bus. Actually, I would want that to be full, or as big as possible. It's just like picking random words at this point. It's not going too well. Output hatch. Out hatch, that works too. So I got hatch, I got both the input buses, got maintenance. As for power, so base energy usage of this EV. So I think I'll go with my normal triple HV energy hatch. The reason I use 3 is so it won't immediately explode when the first maintenance problem comes. Even though I don't think it'll be running for long enough for that to really be a problem, it doesn't hurt to be safe. It's not like it uses more power when you add this. At least I don't think so. I'm not actually completely sure. Don't take my word for it. Should be everything. Probably make a recipe for hoppers. Look at scale. That would be, what's circuit 0, right? Yes. This will put it up here with like the other redstone S components. Then give me 3 of those. One of those. Then I need 60 borosilicate. Just make the surplus. It's one of the slower things to craft due to needing the arc furnace for the glass. And I currently don't have a good way of speeding that up. Well, I do. I could just like make it a faster single block. I'm only running it at MB right now, which is like the bare minimum. What I really mean is that I can't make the multi yet because I think it was because it required LUV. Guess I can take a look. Industrial arc furnace. Yes. You may say, oh, you can overclock it, but the assembler multi-block arc furnace cannot be overclocked. It's like its main. Well, it's not really downside. It's just they don't want you to easily TS skip. Which is very fair. Gotta add a limit somewhere. Yeah, and the solid steel machine casings just go off of the base -2 because I'm using 2 extra energy hatches than what it says on the tin, on the like the planner, the whatever on the list. List works. I think I already have an idea if I want to put this. It's just as simple as I put it next to the other EEC. Suppose that means I could share some blocks. But then again, I would have to move stuff around for that. Just like I have the output hatch I could share. I have to move the output bus. Which I could do. Not really a problem. Yeah, I think I might actually. Makes things a good bit easier. Well, not a good bit easier, make things slightly easier. I don't have to deal with 2 separate XP outputs. But still, it would just cost a single pipe and nothing else. As for the other resources, I don't really care about those either, but what it will do is will save me space and also make it fit aligned with the centrifuge and the stuff back here. So I've convinced myself I will do it. First of all, disable you. Then go up here. Where you're gonna run, your output is full. Throw you away. Grab you. Put a magnet on. Put you there. Input bus there. I guess I can't do the move all into that. Maybe I'm just misremembering the button, but I think it is literally just hold down Alt and it should work. So you keep your settings, right? Yes. Just confirming. If I take you down to 1, turn off. If you're 2, you turn on. Right, yeah. Do the settings through this. So yeah, that really was not that complicated. These are facing each other. Yep. Yeah, hopefully the spawn and fusion should be done now. Nice. Maze slime. We still have like the biggest time sink left to do. Well, there's no point counting these specific blocks anymore. That I am not. That like this calculation is off. Then screws. How far down the chain do you have to go for these? Don't have those either. Get them from rods, I'd imagine, which I don't have either, which I would get through this. Diamond bolt was extruder. That was cutting machine, right? Yes. And now should be able to go in the right menu. Should be able to request 10 width. We'll also need some more plates. Because I need plates to make the diamond swords as well. Guess I requested the diamond blocks before the cutting recipe, so just use one for the other. That's like the issue with not doing all of it at the same time. Not that big of a deal though. Then as for the extra one, need to get this thing enchanted. think you can uber enchant the sharpness on it to reduce the craft time, but not going that far for this. Just simply add looting 4 and sharpness 6 on it. It's a bit of a involved process, but you will see it shortly. So this is just for picking enchantments. So I can choose for it to have sharpness 5 and looting 3. I need to choose after the wand is in place. It's a bit silly like that. I have to click the button. So basically this machine just uses aspects to make you able to select enchantments out of the options available. You don't even have to do it all in one go. You can take the wand out and recharge it and put it back. It will resume what left off. It's a very nice system. You may be thinking I'm enchanting a sword, not a spike. That's where this comes in. Needing 2 books. This just lets you disenchant for free. It's very fancy. If there's not enough book tables around it, there isn't even any item damage or any XP cost. It's kind of crazy actually. But it's also from Draconic Evolution. So typically it adds like late game OP stuff. At least from my experience, I haven't actually used it too often. So I'm guessing it's just a price that's actually reduced for GTNH to make it accessible earlier. But again, it's probably just... Actually, I don't know. I don't even think I'm in a position to make a guess as to when it would come available. Anyways, now to do some regular enchanting. I think it might have cost less levels if I did do 2 books at the same time, but I'm really just trying around. Besides, levels don't really matter. Just use these to experiment. The anvil uses don't even matter either, because this is the last thing this thing will need on it. Then I need 64 Quakentatio, put it in there, and I slap it twice. This is then the over-enchanting table. It will add a maximum of 1 level to enchantments per enchantment at the cost of 32 Quakentatio and 30 levels per enchantment. You can very much exploit it, but the EEC has a built-in cap for the looting, which is what you would care about, so don't really get to care here. I tried to make it work, but I couldn't anyways. I also upgrade the sharpness, because the sharpness on this spike actually affects the recipe time of the EEC. Which is why you can probably get a very OP EEC if you have like sharpness 2000 on it. Yep. It's as simple as that. Right, I still need a powered spawner. So this should be the last step. Yep. Then combine in an anvil to get maze slime on the powered spawner. I believe I started with like 150 levels. See why it's nice to just have a fast system for refilling levels. I think the system could go faster too, but I don't even think this system, like the EEC itself, makes enough levels for it to be worth it to invest in that. Don't need the output hatch, because that's already handled. I'll more or less just mirror it for the rest. Output bus, I'd want to... Where would I want to put that? Are the specific outputs? It was slime balls, 2 types of wrath shards, and the charm of keeping. Of the other stuff should drop. Actually, hearts as well. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 drops. Let me see what gift that is. Oh, it's about what you expect. I'm just very bored. I know Transformers I'm cramming into this space might give me a stroke. But hey, I can have a stroke after it's functional. It's fine. So it's 3 layers deep. Additional one there. It's crazy. I'll just put the octopus up at the front. Like there, I think. Then I think you can just fill. No, I can't fill the rest. I think I could place it like that. I don't know why I always act like I can't just move it later if it doesn't work out. Do anything if I try to run it now? It doesn't have power. Okay, back to business. I'll need some transformers. And 2 of these. Then I will need some kibble. Need one of those at HV and some HSSG. So I'll request some more. The wireless being just out of range is still annoying. Could just add more pause, but I'm not dealing with that now. This is just out of range instead of entirely out of range. I do think that the setting up of the nether stars is not gonna be completable this stream. I'm not streaming for too long today. I think I'll just barely be able to manage to set up at least the EEC, maybe the storage walls as well. We'll see. So this is EV to HV. This one IV to EV. LUV to IV. I'd rather have a gap, even if it's not the most efficient. It's nice to not have it like directly connected to my power spine. EV to HV. Let's just do it for the start. LV to IV, IV to EV, EV to HV. Should all be going the right directions. We'll also need a EV cable actually. Black steel cables. Then EV to EV. HV to HV. Okay, that should be that working. Then disallow those. Let's put those on, even though they shouldn't matter. Yes. Even though those shouldn't matter either, because infernals are off. That's right. Okay. Seems to work fine. Then let me think actually. I didn't tell. Is my thing not more proof? You're not. Alright, well, nothing to do about it except add a block. Just keep that on. So like it'll be noticeable if there's no mob spawns, no mob spawn locations. Then I'd want to move this fella. then another item detector. Just use the same settings. Item threshold 128. I think I did inverted because I think that had like a different algorithm. So do that, and then get me some red alloy. And a controller cover. Disable for now. With redstone. Let's see if it's outputting a strong enough signal to power through the block. Might not. Think maybe with a soldering iron I can change it. West side. Doesn't seem like that did anything. Funny, it makes all my cables skinny. It's very silly. Small cable. Does it actually load the hitbox as well? No. Actually increases the hitbox. Not really sure what it's for. Maybe it's merely for the visibility. Ooh. That does actually reach now. Is that because of the soldering iron? It is. Alright. I think that might actually be the first time soldering iron has actually made the difference. Well, that's set up as well. Still a few more steps to it, but I feel like I'm a bit at the end of my rope for today. So I think I will be heading off now. Did some gaming, some GTNH. Can't really ask for too much more. Not completely out of this stressful situation I'm in, well, like the more pressing situation. I do only use like the leftover energy I have at the end of the day for streaming, and I just haven't had too much in the recent time. But hopefully I'll be able to get a bit more back on my feet here in the nearer future. But I suppose I'll just leave it at that. To anyone who may be listening, Twitch tells me there's no one, but like who knows. Anyone who may be listening, take care, thanks for watching, see you next time. Yes, I will just raid the good old Chemcraft, as I ain't putting effort into looking today. Feels a bit silly to raid with just yourself, but oh well. Something. Alright. Have fun over there. the